Hello, how we doing? My name is TT, and today we're going to be talking about the concept map I've got on the TV here. The concept map of how the Earth's habitability. Sorry, that word is very hard for me. Sorry. And let's get started, right? So the presentation is going to describe my concept map. My central concept is that there is systems and also the Earth is habitable rather than it being one system. I believe that there is multiple systems that form around the Earth to give us this amazing creation that we have, right? Moving on now to an important aspect of my map, inside of the Earth, right? So obviously here we've got all sorts of things describing what goes on in the Earth, different things that, the plate tectonics, one of my favorite topics in there. So the initial plates, right? So plates initiate tectonic movements and volcanic activity, thereby recycling materials and influencing atmosphere and surface. Right, so now we've got the topic of the volcanoes. What do volcanoes do to the Earth and the volcanic activity underneath the Earth, right? How do they play a part into the system? Moving on now to the extended oceans, right? Oceans, they influence the climate by distributing and redistributing and holding down the heat of the Earth, right? So with the ocean now covering 70% of the Earth, that's a lot of movement, right? It being such a big part of our ecosystem and the Earth itself and what it does for the Earth, radiating and regulating the heat and everything like that. All right, moving on, right? So I've also added solar radiation into this, linking into the magnetic field as well. The magnetic field shields the Earth from the loss of atmosphere and solar wind and energy. From solar radiation is used in the climate system and photosynthesis, right? So again, radiation leading on to the magnetic field and that topic there. How does that affect the Earth and how it operates, right? Moving on to the climate system and obviously the photosynthesis stage. Right, so now there's one connection on my map that I want to talk about, and that's between the Earth's interior and plate tectonics. Favorite topic, like I said earlier, plate tectonics. I find them so amazing, and you know what I mean. Another is the ocean climate, right? Relationship between all of them. I also in this presentation here, I also linked the atmosphere and biosphere due to their independence, right? Those two working on their own and obviously providing what the Earth needs to be habitable for the people that we've got in it. All right, so just to cover it all up now, so my concept map basically illustrates all the interconnected systems that make the Earth habitable, and that none of them is sufficient alone. Everybody needs each other in the system here for it to be running in a smooth operation. And then we obviously talked about the interaction of the Earth's interior, ocean's atmosphere, and the life of the space environment enabled to support the Earth and sustain life. All right. So obviously with this presentation here, I really had fun making it. I put some quotes and citations in there to cover the topic that we had in the book. Obviously the ocean, that's one of the ones I have here, is the ocean lithosphere forms in mid-ocean ridges through mantle partial melting. Representing one of the principal sources of the mantle cooling, thermal fluid rock reaction, and these areas are not only alters raw materials, but supply subduction factory to all the seawater. And then for the other one as well, we've got since 4GA, surface temperatures have been maintained in the narrow range that supports the existence of liquid, right? So obviously we're talking about how water and H2O is built into this ecosystem and the system that we have within the Earth. And then moving on now to a bit more deeper into the core, is that deep tectonic plates movements have also developed from vertical motion of the early Earth into a complex system. All right, there you go, the plates again, my favorite topic of this whole thing. Underneath the Earth, operations are happening, moving in and moving out, creating something. All right, thank you so much for tuning into my presentation. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.